Hello guys and welcome back to Tyranny. Now I've had a day where I wanted to record all day at a day off and there's never a good moment to do it. There's always small stuff which needed to be done, or the dog was just way too active, wouldn't let me, have a moment, or well, it took quite some time to record. Or there were people just doing construction outside, which was too loud. Like, there's just never a good moment. So now it's evening, and I'm finally grabbing my moment. So hopefully nothing else pops up. But let's see. So last time we had some level ups that we need to do. So how about we just do that? I think Barrack just needs some strength. I think she needs just finesse because that's the main. I've been putting points also into strength, or might, I'm sorry. I think finesse is just the way to go because it is the main dual wield stat. So how about we just do that instead? Okay, so about the abilities, or talents, I think for her, we just want damage. So that's the clear plus 15% dual wield damage. I think that's the main one. And I think for him, we just really want the one to increase, keeping enemies engaged. And then if they want to move away, then they get hit. And he tends to do okay on health, mostly. I also didn't realize we had a missive. Quill in hand, you loom over a blank sheet of parchment. You have Binder Myothis' contact information in hand and contemplate your opening words. Introduce yourself and send payment. Why would we send payment to him? I forget the other Fate Binder that we talked to, seemingly previously our master or trainer or whatever. I don't know why we would do this. I'm currently serving in the Tears recently broken edict. Roughly the same breath awoke the latent energies in the mountain spire of the Tears when I told my old mentor Regalis, that was the name. He insisted I contact you, hinting that your wisdom exceeds his own. If that's true, I'd be a fool not to heed the advice of someone more worldly than even Regalis. But I know knowledge is power, and power isn't free. I've enclosed a hand of rings as tuition and tribute. A paltry offering for a respected teacher. Okay. And it is a sizable sum. I wonder how much 500 rings is. Bronze? So that is actually quite some, yeah. So let's do that. Just to see what happens. I'm not sure what happened here. It says that there's new items. That's actually really cool to know. I wonder if it goes like on in-game day or something. For now we have, I guess 500 rings is 5 bronze. Okay, so let's deal with that later. And for now, let's just go talk to Tear Smasher, which probably not going to be too useful. But let's see. Also just noticed that there's just a crate back there, which is totally fine to steal. So, why worry about it? Exactly the same kind of weapon, just worse. Nobleman's sandals, well, all the same. Maybe it looks slightly different. So let's talk to him. Let's see what happens. So, here's the Fate Binder. The man sniffs and crosses his arms, flexing his massive biceps. We don't need anyone poking their nose in things that don't concern them. This is Tear Smasher's town, and I will take care of it. I've got quotas to enforce. Whatever it is you want, make it quick. What's your status here? Well, I guess he's kind of the one in charge, supposedly. Not a single problem here. He eyes you through a narrowed gaze. Why? What have you heard? Those bronze mercenaries have been chewing on the settlers' food, and we've had to knock a few skulls. They would make a good shock trooper for the chorus. Shame they won't surrender and conscript. And what's worse, they're squatting in the old walls. He spits a wad of phlegm on the ground. At least it is favored had the balls to meet us in open battle. Okay, so how has the chorus fared with the iron weapons? Most of the weapons have been lost, traded, or taken by chorus members. For a short time, though, it was fun to see the look on the faces of anyone we were up against who didn't know we suddenly had such great weapons. That fear alone made the price worth it. Okay, well, I'll be going. I guess we need to be in here. I thought he was supposed to be officially in charge, but there's this other person we needed to talk to. We went in here already, didn't we? We did, yeah.
Can't do that.
I remember now. We just walked out of there. We need to go into the forge bound place and talk to the leader who should be there, hopefully. And I'm wondering where this Helkiand, something like that, where this person is. I think it was this, was the Forge Bound, or just one level up. I don't fully remember. No, it was not this one. I turned up the music a little, and I'm now wondering if it's not a little too loud, but we'll just have to see. Before it was very quiet though, so I think it's better to have more of it. Though sometimes, like in combat, it would get so incredibly loud, so I don't know. Halkian Bronze? Was it the name like that? I don't know. I'm sure we'll see soon enough. Zedenia? Eldian? Okay, well let's talk to, cutscene. Master, the Fatebinder is here. Zedenia turns and approaches you, her lithe body moving fluidly as she walks. She stops before you, her stance solid and sure, but you see she is standing lightly on her feet, ready to move if necessary. She never takes her eyes off of you, but you know she is acutely aware of her surroundings. Fatebinder, may the fires of your forge never cool. She salutes you. I had hoped our paths would cross. What can the servant of the flame do for you? Well, why have you come to Lethian's Crossing? What an odd question, Fatebinder. When you showed up in the forge, I thought you had been sent to check up on me. As my mission came directly from Tunon, shouldn't you already know? Her mission? Well, I was tasked with creating an artifact to protect the Forgebound from the Bane. We have been delayed too often and lost too many of our own, so it has been decreed that something must be done. I created the Magebane helm to keep the Bane at bay. Once the helm is in place, its magic will keep the Bane locked away inside the old walls. Okay. So why did you create a helm? The Forgebound are crafters of weapons and armor, Fatebinder, not statues and baubles. I make what I know. It is also portable and can be moved easily or used in battle should its protection be needed elsewhere in the future. For the time being, though, I will remain here protecting the Forgebound. We have a job to do and cannot do it properly if we are constantly assaulted by outside forces. Why do Forgebound stay here if the Bane are such a threat? Forgebound is in the shadow of the old walls in an area rich with iron. We have ample supply of raw material and the influence of ancient magics. It's an acceptable risk, and with the helm in place, the Bane will no longer be an issue. So why were you asked to create this item? Couldn't any Forgebound here do it? I guess only she is good enough? All Forgebound are masters at their craft, but each also has their special talents. The Magebane required something whose skills were well above those who haven't been practicing as long as I have. Tunon wanted a masterpiece, so he asked the master. That makes sense. How did you become master? I was trained at a young age to be a warrior, but never felt any connection to that life, except when I was instructed how to repair my equipment. The fire spoke to me, it sang when I stoked it, and told me where to swing my hammer to achieve the proper shape. I knew from that moment that it would be my life. I apprenticed with the Forgebound and focused exclusively on my craft. So my skills were superior to everyone else. I took risks with magics no one else dared to touch, and created some of the most powerful artifacts ever to come from the Forgebound. Well, I have a request. Unfortunately, I don't have time to entertain your request right now, Fatebinder. I was just on my way to place the helmet. I need to set it up as soon as possible. The settlers have created a spot on the 3rd tier, if you don't mind. Join me in Aldian, and we can speak there. Okay. I assume we'll just get teleported there, or we talk to the other two meanwhile. The sunburned man dips his head in greeting. An outsider never arrives alone. At least that's what my mother always said. She seems she knew what she was talking about. He nods thoughtfully at his own words. I'm Aldian. Welcome to Lethian's Crossing. Well, if it isn't Tunon's Fatebinder, welcome to the crossing. Haven't seen you around here since you put the Scarlet Chorus in charge of everything. Aldian looks you over. Must say my memory seems to be failing, something I never thought I'd say. He winks. The way people talk about how you came through and drove the Brotherhood out of town, you should be 10 feet tall and shoot lightning from your eyes. I seem to remember you being a little more human. Can't always tell the content of a pie from its crust though, can you? Now that I have your ear though, I have to ask, the Scarlet Chorus can be a bit heavy-handed around town. Couldn't you have chosen anyone else to be our overlords? But enough of my prattling. You didn't come here for a history lesson or to get my opinion of your grandeur. He waves his hand dismissively at his previous comments. The educator sent you for the Archon of Song, I assume. What can this old fool do for you? The Archon of Song? Oh, you mean Siren, who I've already recruited by accident? Siren, the songbird? Feels like it's half the town she's got mooning over her, that hovel near the river. It's on the 1st tier if you want to find her. I guess we're not supposed to have yet. I guess we did it in the other order, out of order. Can I ask you some questions? Feel like we need some of his information to, put him in charge, or, do something against the chorus leader, Tier Smasher. If you have questions about our settlement, I'm the one to ask. I have the dubious distinction of being the oldest living resident of Lethian's Crossing, so I've been here for a lot of its history. Aldian smiles. Eyes, hips, hair, and hearing might be failing, but my mind still remembers everything that happened here. So what do you like to know about? I'll do my best not to go on too long about it. I know I have a problem keeping my conversations short. Okay. Why are people leaving? Yeah, the merchants. If I were to be honest, Fatebinder, I'm surprised more people haven't left. Not just the merchants, the current tension in town between the Brotherhood and Kairos' forces is making Lethian Crossing a very dangerous place to live. But life outside is even worse, so where would they go? At least the merchants can make their livelihoods with them. Your thoughts about the Bronze Brotherhood? They were here since the crossing was founded. Lethian herself hired them to protect the settlement when it was just getting started. A fledgling town in the shadow of the old walls. They did such a good job, she kept them on as our peacekeepers, and that's how things went. At least until you decided to oust them and put someone else in place. Well, How have the interaction with the Scarlet Chorus been? There are days when I think we'd fare better with the Bronze Brotherhood holding our throats. For a moment, he stares at you, formulating his words. I know better than to speak out of turn on the matters of the voices and the chorus. Say what you will of the Scarlet Chorus, we call ourselves far worse, but I can't guarantee that you'll keep your tongue. Aldian's face flushes and shakes his head. That's all I will say. There's danger in saying too much. Well, I guess we go for the I serve Tunon, not the voices. Their comments will not be used against you. Aldian's eyes slowly travel to Verse, and he holds his position, not saying anything. Just answer the question, old man. I promise to control my temper. I don't wish to endanger anyone is all, but Aldian scans in both directions, his voice barely rising above a whisper. The Scarlet Chorus is a blight upon us. My niece, my nephew, and a score of our best farmhands were forcibly conscripted into that sickening mob. Soon we'll all be part of the swarm, and there will be no one in the village to protect. Okay, so maybe they have been recruiting a bit too much. As for directions, though I think we know everything. Not so complicated. There's a river named Portuscor, and it flows down the middle. The waterfalls burn the old walls to sunrise and moonrise. The west waterfall is sunrise because of how the sun hits it in the morning, and moonrise gets its name due to how it glows during a full moon. Okay, well I think that's enough probably. Now let's go to the spire and make sure everything is ready. I'll meet you there when Zidania is ready to place the artifact. Also, who's the person with the glowing hammer here? They look like they're sneaking.
Moving cautiously.
Yeah, why are they sneaking? It looks just creepy. Anything new from Lahara? You've returned. Turns to face you. Body covered head to toe in scar. Yeah, there's always more demand for iron than there is time in the day. Yes. Nothing new. Okay. That's why I was kind of not reading all of it, because, well, there's a lot of dialogue, especially if I'm reading it all. And we don't necessarily need, like, rereading the same stuff we've already read. Okay, so let's go on to the third floor. Oh, great. Oh, I was thinking, yeah, there's this crate over here, which has loot. Not expensive loot, but that's fine. Are they just placing it right here, I guess? Yeah, that's what I figured. We've discovered something. Cool.
Interesting.
Another, what, 8 bronze? That's pretty good. I'm not complaining. Let's do a quick save before this. Are we just gonna get attacked in the middle of town? Good, good. Now the people of Lethin's Crossing have one less thing they must worry about. Fatebinder, will you go inside and see what effect the helm is having on the Bane? Yeah, several of these are already good responses. The lore check seems sensible. Also very similar to Four is just, hey, I'll do it. 3 is asking for money, basically. And 2 is just being like, hey, why are you ordering me? I'll go make sure if Mage Bane is working. How do I get inside? Well, how about we go with the lore option, because more lore is better spells. Thank you, Fatebinder. Your help is invaluable. He holds out a small stone with a glyph etched on it. Take this. It is the keystone to enter the old walls. The entrance is directly below us. And good luck. And you're just, yeah, gonna leave it out in the open? Okay, well, apparently. That's all there is to it. It's a long way around. I do like how the line of sight kind of works. With the everything just turns to shadow.
On it.
So it's this, a library upgrade. Why is it giving me this? Bane has been spotted. Use the keystone. Yes. So guard, I don't know why you're complaining. You heard, you know, several people just say and asking me to go in. I had a feeling my life would end in the old walls. Not saying I wanted to be proved right, at least not today. Why didn't this happen before? The Bane approach, okay. So there was a thing with the Bane. Were they like invulnerable to something? Yeah, like you couldn't damage them with melee. That was it, right? I think so. Okay, so how about we start zapping? You start with a bow attack as well. I guess Bear can just stand for now.
Let's be honest.
So he also automatically, instead of walking up, he's starting with a cast. I guess they know. Who do we want to protect? I guess us? We do most damage?
As you command.
Scourge does 3 and 4 arcane damage. Okay, so Verse is gonna try and hit them. Let's see how that goes. How about barely injured? Okay, so they have actually got quite some health. Okay, so 1 tree. I guess buff Verse, no matter what. That's a lot of hits on Barrack. Not a lot of high numbers, but lots of hits. I've not seen if Verse has actually attacked one yet. Verse hits. 22 piercing. Yeah, okay, that seems okay then. Then how about you? That's the barely injured one, right? Uninjured, uninjured. Okay, so we're kind of... Everybody's just focusing one down, which seems sensible. So 17 and 10. So how about you just start... How about you just do a taunt? Though I know they're already taunted, but you know. Yeah, but he's keeping both of them on him, which is, yeah, good use of that passive. I'm just wanting to do a taunt just so he will start doing double melee attacks. Because, you know, that's powerful. So Laundry finished his ability, so I guess we will just do a fireball for splash damage. She should not move because she will get hit. Oh no, they're actually both on Lantry. It's not good. I was thinking he's taking a lot of damage, so how about you heal yourself? Yeah, he does double melee attacks now, so that is definitely all him. It's annoying that this one is just outside of range, but okay. Oh, apparently it's just within range, actually. Okay, so Laundry just finished his ability. How about you just stab? How about you... I don't know if you can... Immune to bleeding. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, Burst seems to be doing quite some damage. I guess they just have very low armor. How about... Not sure about this iron tolling, but...
That's fine.
Just buff.
I don't need that rim described.
Did Barrack get interrupted? Yes. Uninjured, the other one is injured, so how about we focus on that one instead? Blood-soaked stone on that one. Why do they all want to melee? I don't get it. I mean, Barrack I get, but... Let's put this on us, because Barrack will seemingly be fine. Plus he's healing too every so often, which is not a huge number, but I'm sure it adds up. Let's do a good zap. Well, I'm pretty sure this is gonna die now. Excellent.
Take that.
How about we Rhyme Spike? I guess you can also Rhyme Spike. Everybody Rhyme Spike. It's a Rhyme Spike party. Everyone's finished, yeah. Well, we got lore +1. Excellent. Symphony of the Forge updated. Oh, let's they just drop straight up loot. Excellent. Can we find more of those? Just collect all the gems?
Sorry, I can't.
I guess we should just go out and tell that it doesn't work. Wonder if this quest will send us down to actually explore the old walls, even though we're not supposed to. I just feel weird that we already unlocked the Spire, despite not supposedly, you know, that we... Huh. Yeah, I was thinking something else is gonna happen. Well, that's not good. Entire town's dead. Why couldn't they have protected the settlement with an anvil or a tower, or something that can't be tucked away under your arm and carried away? Yeah, exactly. So, Bloodhound, I don't think we know this one. Fatebinder, a battle has begun. The Bloodhound runs up. Her words punctuated by labored breathing. The Bronze Brotherhood are attacking Lathian's Crossing. Come join the fight. Maybe you'll be able to kill the raid leader, Ring Dropper Sarata. Okay, so let's see. Betray the Alliance? No. Let's not do that. I don't think being a snippy guy is gonna be any good either. Intimidate, attack both groups. What? It's weird that the betraying both sides. Also, so like this alliance is also do both, but this one also is intimidate and attack both groups. It just requires athletics for whatever reason. It's weird. Doesn't change the reputation either, so I don't know why. Maybe you just take out this one person. I don't know. Okay, so attack the Bronze Brotherhood. Tear Smasher's holding them back. Hurry before you miss out all the fun. Center of town by the river. Okay. Well, how about we actually go this way? Just doing a quick save, because we can.
Heads up, we have company.
Okay, so Barrack, how about you just taunt both? Laundry, you buff all of us. Verse, you just put the radar on fire. And we will Rhyme Spike.
At once.
So this raider also disengaged and got hit. So taunting is useful that way. Yeah, these are gonna die pretty quick. Okay. So Verse, you just... Well, how about you just finish off the raider first? Yeah, this raider's dying real fast. Cool. Now let's wait a couple of seconds for our normal cooldowns.
Stepping lightly.
Didn't know. Don't know why it went all the way south, but okay. Yeah, 20-second cooldown. I guess it's quite some.
I got it.
Also not sure how much sense there actually is in stealth. Don't think it changes that much. Regular bruiser.
Come at me, grave meat.
How about you, buff?
As you command.
And you can now taunt them. I think that'll go well. And Verse, you... Actually, you can just throw a fireball. And Verse, you just walk over.
You got it.
I think he's nearly dead. Oh, it's not dead actually. No need to waste a cooldown on him though. I like this combat system. It seems pretty good. Okay, so a raider and a bruiser. Nothing named here yet. Well, actually, how about you just do a range? Since we're at range, how about we just all blast them with rhyme spikes? Might as well, right? And everybody is standing here, so Laundry can buff. That buff is also real fast to cast.
Consider it done.
Okay, so verse is done with the spell. How about fairly injured? Okay. That's a cool ability that this this bloodhound, this normal mob, just giant fire cone. Seems a little powerful to me, but what do I know?
I will aid you.
Varric, you just go hit this person.
Good work.
That's such a cool ability. It's genuinely cool. Okay, so how about you cast this restoring skill on Varric? I think this one is nearly dead. Totally dead, in fact. Actually, how about you just hit them? Think you can reach? Think you can reach. Cool.
Will do.
So far, so good. Just waiting a couple of seconds. I guess Tear Smasher is still just where he was.
Send them at me and wave.
That's actually the reason I didn't want to use her bow ability before, is because I figure, well, we're gonna run into some more enemies, so... How about I buff Varric for once?
You got it.
How about you also do a Rhyme Spike? Let's see, any named ones here? Ring Dropper Saratha, I see. Well, I wonder if we want to keep Tear Smasher alive, if that matters for the story. Probably, right? How about we just zap? Well, I think they are pretty screwed. And a little bit outnumbered. Just a little bit, though. Okay, well, I guess you just do your thing.
You got it. You got it. You.
I'll take care of it.
Easy. Feels like either we're over leveled or over geared or something. Or we are really doing stuff out of order somehow. So there's something shiny here, yeah. Thank you. Bronze. Well, I mean, decent two-handed weapon, which you don't use, but Okay, so according to our quest, they've been dealt with, so let him know. Okay. I must say I'm impressed with your battle prowess. Look how quickly you finished off those Brotherhood raiders. Did you notice the Magebane helm is gone? My gang is perfectly capable of protecting Alessians crossing on their own. Then his face sobers. However, the voices of Nerad will probably have my head if they find out the helm is missing. I will speak to Eldian about it. Yeah, I'd consider it a problem. Oh, now they have it? Yeah, I figured he would be wearing it. Makes a mocking bow to you. Thank you, Fatebinder. You provided a better distraction than I could have hoped. It was all I needed to retrieve what I came for. Throw rock at him with athletics. Yeah, let's do that. 113 athletics skill experience. That's a lot, actually. Before Retamon can move, you scoop a rock from the ground and throw it at him. He tries to duck, but isn't fast enough, and the stone hits him right in the temple. He rocks back momentarily. A large gash appeared on his head. Retamon opens his mouth to speak, thinks better of it, and runs away to the south. Guessing he's running back to a hideout or something. Ah, pursue him. Okay, well that we can do. Oh, someone also leveled? Well, we leveled. I do think maybe we need a little bit more health. Not sure how true it is, but, you know. Additional spell slots to everyone seems super good. After attacking a party from stealth, increase the damage dealt by you and your party. Plus 20% damage if you initiate from stealth. Could be good, but then again I also think there's a lot of... Well, this also seems very good, actually. Passive 1 per encounter. Per encounter is actually great, and everyone heals for 25%. Interesting. But I still think Arbiter of Knowledge seems better, right? I just don't know about any of these skills. A lot of them seem... like, I don't care about the magic staff, per se. This is just more spell slots, which is going to be useful. There's a better Cone of Magic, which is not something which we use because, well, we don't use a magic staff. It's a little weird, this system for a mage, if you don't want to use a staff. But okay, I guess maybe I'm just playing it weird, that's probably it, but... so at some point we'll probably then use one of these... Also I wonder how this, you know... You use like, get this to, you know, make thrust interrupt. And then also armor penetrating. And then also a mark, like this one thrust ability becomes, you know, crazy powerful. But okay, I guess for now, let us get Arbiter of Knowledge. That is going to be useful. I mean, I think for now we're okay, but... Yeah, the added bleeding is cool. Did we make our current one bleeding? No. Lore quite 100, well... We don't quite have that. How about I make one of these? This way it's 85. I'm just thinking of making a rhyme spike that Lantry can use. So this will put it at 75. This would just be the range. Yeah, duration, not too important. Can I just... I don't want to update my own. I want to... Okay, well I guess we'll quickly do it all anew. More damage. And bleeding assign to him. I'm not sure what it said. Ah, just that we can assign it to us as well. Because I'm interested, I'm just going to add it here too, so we have two different ones, and I assume, because it's the same spell, essentially, that it will share the cooldown, but I've not tried. This grounding core on melee head, which is good for Barrack, I guess, because if enemies have to attack him, then they will get zapped. But I assume they cannot get interrupted for that. How about we try? Not really tried much of the illusion skill, have I? Or force, for that matter. Maybe I should try this concussive bolt, yeah. I'm gonna make that bleed. Barely. So it does crush base damage. It does a daze. Makes them, you know, very impractically used skills. And it knocks them away. And it does a bleed. So it makes it pretty powerful. So I think we're... I thought we'd be like off the map. Look who's here, but just a bit too late, aren't you? Retamon laughs. He holds a rope, the end of which is binding Zdenya's hands. Zdenya stares at Retamon with an intense hatred. Now that I have the Mage Bane and the Forge-bound Master, nothing can stop me from unleashing the Bane on Lethian's Crossing. Zdenya growls and takes a step towards Retamon, who jumps back and puts up his hands in front of him. You notice one of his eyes is black and his nose is bleeding in addition to the welt you caused in the temple with the rock. You motherless cur! Zdenya spits at him. Her clothes are spattered in blood and she works her hands, fighting against the bonds holding her. As soon as I free myself, and make no mistake, I will free myself, your blood will join your underlings on my armor. I will take more than a hammer to my head to take me down. Coward, using your men as a distraction. You know you are no match for me. Retamon takes another step back from Zdenya, but for continuing. With the Bane free, I will drive out the invaders that think this is their home and prove that the Bronze Brotherhood are the only ones strong enough to protect Lethian's Crossing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a town to endanger, so I can save it. Okay, well, he seems a very standard bad guy.
More tally.
How about everyone just steps back for a moment so we can get this skill in. That's wonderful. So we have a Bruiser, Raider, Raider, and a Bruiser. Okay. Well, let us start. I guess Barrack just runs to the front. We run to the back a little. And then I guess we just start throwing a fireball. First it's Verse for 26, so I guess Verse got knocked all the way back. Yep. I thought it was us getting knocked back actually. So I was a little confused on what I was seeing. Okay, Titan's Touch. Let's buff Verse. Okay, he needs some healing with these guys. Raider engaged. Barrack engaged Raider, Raider Barrack, Raider Verse. Okay. Okay, now you're done with that. Also heal him. Because, well, he needs it. We were rhyme spiking this one. In fact, we were rhyme spiking the other one. Okay, let's focus that one down. He just needs a lot of healing right now. Okay, so how about you just do your wind-up attack on that one? And then we throw a fireball. How about we do might on her, I guess? No, how about we do might on Barrack? Actually, how about we buff Barrack?
I'll take that.
That should maybe help a little.
I got it.
Try and false pit one of them. Also would feel better if Verse was not just taking one on. Like, she's better at doing damage, I feel. So she is slowly taking one out. This ability, I think, was only good blowing their non-physical armor, which is still useful.
I got it. Someone staunch my bleeding.
Okay, so that one is nearly dead at least. How about now we actually use our Quicken spell to heal us? I think Verse is going to be okay. what actually ended up killing that one? Mage Fire. Okay, I was thinking nobody actually hit him. How about you also just put him on fire? Wait, does Quicken kill everybody? Quickly heals the Fatebinder and nearby party members, so the Surge over... I never realized it was an AoE heal. Okay, well that would have been good to know earlier.
Await my signal.
Well, at least now we can quickly just finish him off. Wait, actually, it would also be good to have Rhyme Spike on his bar. Please finish him off. It would be cool for your first Rhyme Spike to be a miss. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, well, that's just the way it is. Then how about you do that? Cool. Made it through that. Let's see if they drop any loot. After all, I guess we rescue Zidania. I guess they took Zidania. Oh, fancy bow. Broken hilt. Well, here's item to a blacksmith. At a Spire Forge upgrade. What? Okay, well, good to know. Can I just compare this? Yes. Well, not like this. To the other weapon set, please. Okay, well. Yeah, this is 8 to 10 pierce damage. Which I guess is actually very good now. So let's see. So 1720, all the same stats, same everything, apart from this is explosive. On weapon crit, additional damage. Well, that's simple, straightforward. Does Barrack actually need like a second? Yeah, there you go. We also have a different weapon set now in case we ever need to go plink at someone that we can't reach for whatever reason. Opal, Blood Moss, Skycap. Cool. Are you supposed to like leave from here, or where are you supposed to leave from? Ask Tear Smasher where Retamon may be. Okay, well, that we can do. I mean, we literally saw him run in there, and before, you know, running just south for that fight, we couldn't go in this building, so. Tear Smasher and Aldian. And Harkian Bronze. Paintbinder, come in! I was just told the news that the Magebane helm has disappeared. This is terrible. What happened just now? I heard fighting out there. Are there more of them? Retamon stole the Magebane helm and captured Sedenia. Motherless fucks! I will see them bleed. Tear Smasher turns and stomps toward the door. I need to find something to stab. He's not the brightest, is he? I was just beginning to believe we were finally safe, but a celebration planned before its time will no doubt become awake. Paladin shakes his head. And without Zidania, there's no chance of getting another helm. My friends, please, go back to your homes for now. The Fatebinder has taken care of the invaders. Well, not quite. This can't be happening, it just can't. Arcant mutters the words quietly as he moves towards the door. Fatebinder, come speak to me before you leave Lethian's Crossing. I have some, let's say, special supplies you will be interested in seeing. I hate to add a request upon a request, Fatebinder, but I would ask one more thing of you. The recent attack was horrific, and there are a lot of folk that are in a bit of trouble now. Bahara lost some of her men in the attack. She was stretched thin before it all, so I'm sure she's going to need all the help she can get. Some townsmen have also gone missing. I have no doubt your assistance could be useful to all of them. So if it wouldn't be too much trouble, please ask the townsfolk if they need your help. He makes a formal bow. I know we have no right to ask this of you, but I know you can help where no one else can. At the risk of sounding like Lord I told you so, Archon of the obvious, what in Kairos' name was the long-term plan? They just leave the Magebane sitting out in the open? Unless they were willing to commit armed guards day and night, just asking for someone to steal it. Yeah, it seems all a little too obvious and like someone planned this. The safety of the settlement is all that matters to me. I hope we're of similar minds on this, Fatebinder. Since you're clearly capable of handling threats, otherworldly or not, I'll see to it that the old walls remain open to you. The passageway leading to the base of the spire will be unsealed upon your return. If accessing it can help you in any way, please use it. Oh, I already kinda went in and claimed the tower, and I have a library up there. And, like, I asked townspeople to carry stuff up there and build it or something like that, so you should all know that. A couple of questions about the attack. Any idea where Retamon might have taken Zidania? Rado doesn't like to stay in one place for too long, so I can't easily point you to one location, I'm afraid. Haven's full of thick, forested caravan routes and river crossings. They like to make themselves at home at places like that for days at a time. Then just when word reaches travelers of their whereabouts, they pick up and move. Crafty fellows. Okay. Why do you think the Brotherhood attacked? He snorts, frustration evident in his voice. I think it's safer to say that Retamon attacked, though perhaps they're one and the same. I've been around long enough to know how to spot the weed that'll strangle your crops. That man has always carried a bit of poison inside him, even before Kairos kicked the Brotherhood out. Retamon once burned a village to the ground to kill a rival that was hiding there with the help of some sympathetic folk. He said that the villagers raised arms against him, but that's a load of pig shit. He did it because he was obsessed with getting vengeance and never let go of his obsessions. This rival wronged him before, so he left no stone unturned until she was dust in the ground. Consequences be damned. So why would he capture Zidania? Well, he already said. Okay, farewell. Arcant, hi. No, we can't talk in here. So now I wonder if we need to go talk to some of the merchants, if they're back outside now. Honestly, I just don't feel like going through all the doors and places and then, yeah, everything is as it was before. To see for any side quest. Did you really stab that injured horde over there? It's the dangers of battle, Fatebinder. He'll live. Now, do you have something important to ask me, or are you here to simply question my fighting skills? Do you need help? Do you need any help keeping people in line? I just might. He considers for a moment, then nods. I'm getting reports of disfavored soldiers moving through the region. My men spotted a group of them in a nearby village. I'm just wondering if they're pointing to a village, and then we find the Bronze Brotherhood there, maybe it's all related. This is unacceptable. This land belongs to the voice of Nerat, and I will not be the one that fails to keep it secure and bring wrath down on us. Destroy them. It will send a message to the disfavored that we are not to be trifled with. Free any captive villages you find. And convince them that they are safer in the chorus. Okay? Okay, that we can do. Timbervale Village. Okay. Well, let's quickly talk to the merchant. Just literally, what goods do you have? Yeah, we looked at this before. Flick and Tarek. Please get this chorus thug to leave me alone. What's the problem? Flick has been demanding a discount on my wares. On top of that, he's driven away several of my regular customers. This is unacceptable. You're the one being unreasonable and unfair after all the chorus has done for you? I guess quickly I'll deal with it. Thank you, Fatebinder. I have no doubt that you'll see that I'm in the right. The Fatebinder gave Lethian's Crossing to the chorus in the first place. He'll support us again. So, Derek, tell me. Like I said, Flick and his chorus gang want a discount on anything they buy from my store. I do that and it'll probably drive me out of business. So, are you overcharging? Ask any merchant in town, they'll all say that my prices are quite comparable to theirs. Oh right, like you merchants won't stick together to protect your sorry asses. Would giving chorus soldiers a discount be bad for business? Not much, but what kind of example would that set? I'm a loyal citizen, but does that mean Kairos' soldiers can tell me how to run my store? Have you given discounts to anyone else? Of course. Every merchant has a favorite customer or two. He glances over at Flick. Flick isn't one of them. Okay? So Flick, tell me. The chorus works its ass off protecting Lethian's Crossing, so a small discount when we're buying equipment from local merchants seems fair. Why do you need a discount? The chorus already equips you. Sure, but the quartermaster is slow and sends the wrong stuff sometimes. Make that a lot of time. It's usually faster to buy what we need right here in town. Tarek says you were driving away other customers. Is that true? Maybe a few, yeah, but Tarek can afford it. Can't you go somewhere cheaper? Why do you need to buy from Tarek? You think I didn't already try that? Tarek's stuff is what we want. It's the best. He glares at Tarek, who's grinning. Yeah, that's a compliment, you bastard. Okay. Let's see. At the moment when it gives you just so much text, I mean, it's relatively a lot of text, but you have to read through it one by one just to see what the options are. Yeah, I think the chorus gets a small discount, but only on medicinal supplies. And only up to a certain quantity, determined by Tarek. Alright, I guess I can agree to that. Fair enough. Chorus appreciates your help, Fatebinder. Ugh. The more granular the laws get, the more agreeable everyone gets, the more bored I get. Yeah, sorry verse, it's very boring. Don't think there was anything up here, was there? Don't think there was. Oh, actually I should just go up here. Actually go up here. No, here. Go into the Forge Bound. Come on, go faster. I just remembered that there is a fast mode. button. I only know that because sometimes in the top I would see that it's in slow mode. Zdenya is capable as a warrior as she is a smith. I can only imagine her restraint with Retamon is for the sake of the Magebane and the people of Lethian's Crossing. Eldian mentioned you might need help. Yes, actually. That goatfucker Retamon really made a mess of this settlement. Not only did he capture the head of our order, but he also killed several of my forge hands. She smashes her fist into a nearby table, launching several metalworking tools into the air. As much as I'd love to personally track down the bastard, I'm duty-bound to stay and fulfill our commitments to the armies. I was going to send some of my own to tackle a few problems, but now we've barely enough hands to keep these fires stoked. If you've got the time, I could really use your help with a missing shipment. Okay? So tell me about it. She raised an eyebrow. Our last iron delivery was light. The Bronze Brotherhood has been attacking forge-bound caravans for years, and even though the ore is useless to them, they attack our porters just to spite us. Her face takes on a sour expression. I probably shouldn't mention this, but if you're going to be helping me, you deserve to know everything. There are some very important weapons being sent back to us, hidden in that ship. We need to repair them and get them back in the hands of the soldiers. My hunch is that killing our porters and taking their rations was enough. They'd have no cause to lug a bunch of rocks back to their camp, and I don't think they knew the weapons were there. At least I hope they didn't. She scratches her jaw, thinking. Our man meant to travel through the dense forest of Deserter's March. We don't know his precise route, as our porters often improvise on the road to avoid encounters with bandits. I know that isn't much to go on, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll keep it in mind. How will you supply the armies with fewer forge-bound present? Not easily, I can assure you. Were you to double our ranks, the task would still be monumental. We cannot easily expand guild membership. Our art is a painstaking craft, and few have the aptitude for it. We are, sadly, chronologically short on apprentices. Those that do join still face many risks. Our process is demanding, to say the least. To achieve perfection, we bind ourselves fit. Yeah, we went through this. We know how this works. Like you can very easily die and give yourself a heart attack. Yeah, they're very heartburst, exactly. In truth, the reckless ones will never make it. Yep. You may. What? But their scarcity does make them important, even the apprentices that shame you with their foolishness. Fatebinder, I've got a face to ask you if I may. You may. One of my younger charges, Garrick, strayed too far from the forge. I know a man of his age is beset with wanderlust, but he should have realized we have to stay close to the forge for good reason. Garrick was out during a Bronze Brotherhood raid and he has not returned. I fear he may be dead, but I would welcome someone spying on the Bronze Brotherhood to see if they're holding him, and naturally, rescue him if he is alive. And if he's dead, her gaze falls to the ground. If he's dead, bring me his tools so that they can be returned to his master. Garrick mentioned that he heard of rare and exotic old walls material falling into Brotherhood hands. I fear he may have been inspired to seek out a rumored entrance to the old walls along Haven's northeast border in the Twin Rivers area. The Brotherhood supposedly operate there. If you hear of any such camps in that location, then you do well to start your search there. Okay. That we can do. 2 side quests. Or at least what I assume are side quests. Maybe it's all related, you know, I don't know. Come on, load faster. Search Twin Rivers. I think we just want to quickly walk over here. He wants to speak. Greetings, Fatebinder. I understand that you helped us out when the Brotherhood attacked. Now that things have calmed down, I was wondering if you could help me. My sister Kalia disappeared when the Brotherhood showed up, and I haven't seen her since. She seems to have this idea that Lethian's Crossing would be better in the hands of the Bronze Brotherhood. I've tried to persuade her otherwise, but she won't listen. I feel like we're just gonna go into whatever Bronze Brotherhood camp and we're gonna like do 4 or 5 different side quests one way or another, depending on the choices or the way combat goes or something like that. Knowing her, she was probably looking for a way to join the Brotherhood as they arrived. People are saying that they were headed towards Deserter's March. When they ran off. Will you look for her? I have no means of doing it myself. I'm not a fighter and have no skills in confrontation. I'm not promising anything, but if I find her for you, I will expect something in return. You need not worry about that. I'll have a suitable reward for you when you return. She means the world to me, and I'm sick with worry. Be careful though. I've heard the Brotherhood in that area have gotten rather rough with travelers recently. But I must say I kinda like the fresh catch of the day. You keep spreading those lies and I'll beat you unconscious with the fresh and reasonably priced river fish. I'm sorry you had to see that. My brother Allegan normally runs a stall, but he's out getting supplies right now. So I've been forced to endure the public while I watch over things. What was the settler talking about? Blood of the Tearsman? Gino waves his hand dismissively in the direction the settler walked. I would rather not give their lives the time of day, I assure you. I've done nothing wrong. False rumors usually begin when someone has made enemies. We were spoken of very highly by the other settlers, so I'm sure I can trust you. He motions you closer. A while ago, I used to frequent an obscure part of the Twin Rivers where the fishing is very profitable. One day I saw something I probably shouldn't have, and some disfavored caught sight of me trying to escape. The disfavored must be trying to discredit me in case I ever came forward with the information, but I assure you I would never cross Kairos' armies. I would much rather wash my hands of this whole dirty business. But I'm sure someone with your authority could get to the root of this. If you could find the person responsible for spreading these lies, you would have a hefty discount at my store. Okay, I'll look into it. It's just another side quest, so... I'd speak to the other merchants first, or maybe Eldian. One of them is bound to know something. So why didn't I see you before the attack on the settlement? I was out gathering supplies. Okay. Oh yeah, you just have food. Just wondering, yeah, what can you tell me about Gino? This would be super quick because they're all on the ground floor. Not much, sorry, don't usually deal with him. Most folks say he killed a fellow fisherman a while back, so you may want to keep an eye on him. Let's talk to Basila. What about Gino? Not much really, he's been acting on edge for a while now. Some people have said he cut a deal with the local authority to have his competition disappear. So bad rumors, yes. Who told you Dino cut a deal with the authorities? I think Helena told me. She might know more about it. Why would Gino want to get rid of the competition? Times have been tough, all around, since Lethian's Crossing became an occupied settlement. A lot of merchants will use any means they can to get a leg up on the competition, but working with the local garrisons to take out your fellow merchant is against everything we Tearsmen stand for. So Helena is the one that's just over here. What do you know about Gino? Gino? Why would you want to know about that reprobate? Helena shrugs. I was told by someone who saw the bodies that Gino killed the other fishermen in the village so he could get a leg up, and that he paid off the occupying army to look the other way. So who is this person? Gino's younger brother Allegan is the one that told me about the bodies. He's been telling people about it in hopes that someone would come into town and do something about it. Okay, I guess we talk to him. Speak with him, yeah. get his side of the story, and I'm sure we will go to the Bronze Brotherhood camp or something. Let's see. Greetings. It's your brother who's spreading the rumors. His face turns dark red and his lips thin to a line. Why? Why would my brother do that to me? Well, he says you paid off occupying army to look the other way when you killed some men. Tino's face tightens further. His arms begin to shake with rage. It was a Bane attack. They're nothing but husks now. I have no reason to kill anyone. Why would I believe you if I don't know your side of the story? His posture stiffens as his rage turns to bitter fear. Fine. He looks around for anyone in the vicinity. It wasn't a Bane attack, okay? His voice becomes almost a whisper. It was a group of disfavored soldiers, burying a group of those shaved heads, stave-wielding assholes in the chorus. So where would this be? He points out a spot on a map in your area in Twin Rivers that is behind a group of overgrown bushes on the southwest end of the area. Perhaps if you find the bodies, you could legitimize my side of the story. However, we've had reports the area teeming with Bane. You may need to wait for it to die down before traveling. Okay, so clearly we need to go to Twin Rivers. And, well, actually, what I'm just thinking is maybe we go to the Old World's entrance. And we can just fast travel from there instead. Though actually I think if we walk out here it would give us the same option, right? Ah, yeah, this way it won't actually do that. Oops. Well, it's only 2 loading screens away. Wait, that sounded like there's some sort of monster. Or something here. What?
Sorry, I can't.
That noise wasn't there before. Why is that noise here? Weird spire noise? Does the other one do that? Okay, let's go to the top. Yes. Hello, Sage. Status of the research? So one more scroll, always good. Nothing for now. Okay, so we have Acid City, Cacophony, Ironbound Trail. Bronze Brotherhood have operated in this area in the past, but Deserters March is a vast stretch of wilderness. Before traveling here, you need to identify a section with known Brotherhood activity. And we can't go to Twin Rivers either. Twin Rivers flows across a large swath of Haven's northeast. You'll need to pinpoint a precise location. Didn't we just get that on the map? Oh, Harkin Bronze, who we still need to talk to. Hide completed quests, yes please. So, yeah, that's a big area. Again, this is go to the village. Search Twin Rivers. Do we have to, like, he pinpointed it on the map. It sounded very specific. Which section does this go in? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this went. But he was definitely pointing at it. How about we split this up? Cool. Should probably also really at some point equip some of these like revival, you know, plants and stuff. But for now I feel like we're okay. So for now let's quickly go down to Lethian's Crossing. And talk to this Archean Bronze. It's the only merchant I pretty much didn't talk to, which feels a little stupid. But that's the way it is sometimes. I must say I actually really like some of the loading screens. The art of it is like the art of the spire. I think actually there's something about it. It's just very pleasant to look at. Same with this the town. Patebinder, thank you for coming. I'm sorry we couldn't speak under better circumstances. Archean Bronze at your service. He bows. What can I do? Well, you said you wanted to see me. Yes, this is simply unacceptable. I've sent notice to Nerat regarding the theft and kidnapping. While I await a response, you should search for the Forgebound Master. If we can recover her, Nerat is bound to be more forgiving. Speaking of someone who has dealt with Nerat for some time, I recommend you sort out this mess immediately. And after you do, you might want to think about offering an offering or two to appease the boss. You know the kind he loves most, fascinating personalities. Or, he loves most, fascinating personalities. I can guarantee you that he'll want to speak to this Retamon fellow. He pauses, scratching his chin in thought. Aldian too, come to think of it. That old man's rather attuned to the comings and goings of this place. Better that he shares wisdom with the voices, right? Well, if you're so worried about how Nerat will respond, why did you tell him? Because if he ever found out that I withheld information from him, things could turn out even worse for me. Trust me, finding this monster before Nerat even has his time to get mad is the only way to handle this with the least amount of death. Well, where would I even look for the Forgebound Master? Archean shakes his head. I'm not sure. I've heard reports of the Brotherhood hiding inside the old walls, but I don't think you should run headlong into what could be a large Brotherhood force. They've also recently been seen in the vicinity of the Deserters' March. It might be a good idea to check out that first. See if you can gather any information. So, about Deserters' March, nothing much really. If I can't sell there, I have no reason to go there. So even though he said nothing, because I mean he literally said nothing about Deserters' March other than there's a camp there, which, what, 2 other people already told us as well? But now it's unlocked on the map. I don't know. I don't get it. I guess we don't need any of this for now. What's Mercy? Two-handed crushing weapon. Way too expensive anyway. I guess we can sell that. Lantry's Quill, I guess I don't want to yet. So this is a crushing weapon. This is also 20-25 crush. I think it's safe to sell that. This is a slashing weapon. I think it's good to just have some more cash on hand, I feel. Merchant boots can also go. I guess that's good enough for now. Well, actually, how about we quickly level up? Magic defense, maybe it's a thing. More spell strength though. So, what are we going for with him? A revival spell? More control life? Better healing? I mean, that seems useful. 6 ability, so basically you would need gifted healer and this. I'm sure also at some point having arcane armor is also going to be great. And this goes up to what, 20-30% magic defense? 30% magic defense seems good. Now if something is eventually going to be hitting for what, 80? And suddenly it hits for 50, that makes a big difference with the amount of healing that, you know, you can do in this game. Oh, well, this also seems super good. Oh, I should... Yeah, maybe he just needs more lore. Subterfuge and dodge also seems useful. He's going to be attacked, but I guess for now more lore. And then you can get Learned Instructor. More spell slots and more lore skill. Getting that sooner is better, I guess. Seeing how crucial lore is. That of course now means that he... Oh yeah, we don't have those abilities, yep. So he can go up to 80 now. So I guess we can... Yeah, 60. But this adding bleed to it is 25. I guess we reduce the duration of the mage fire, but we add a bleed to it. False pit. Well, it was already bleeding. I guess 3. No, we can't do 3 more damage anyway. Let's make it longer. Yeah, excellent. How about we also give him a zappy ability? And reduce the cooldown on it for 65. Just a couple of more points of damage, I guess. Though we can't do that actually. I feel like the... Well, actually this becomes worth it for the bleeding, yeah. It becomes worth it for just that. So she has a 41, he has a 38 skill, which is not enough to really upgrade. Okay, let's quick save again. Then I guess we go to Deserter's March first and then Timberville Village. But we're gonna do this next time. Seems like this was more or less again a well, it was not a fully talkative set, but now we're exploring 2 new areas, and I think for the next set we'll just find out what the disfavored have been doing and who's been betraying whom. But I feel it's just a bit, disfavored are, messing with everyone together with the Bronze Brotherhood. That's kind of what it feels like. But I'm sure it's also, someone in the chorus, either Tier Smasher, but he seems too stupid to really do much, so maybe it was the voices anyway, like leading the Bronze Brotherhood on or something. I don't know. This whole leaving the helmet out in the open seems crazy. I don't know. It's too much of a gap, which several characters have also pointed out. So let's see. Yeah, looking forward to the next set. Very curious to see where it goes. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys next time. See you, dudes.